Who doesn't hate heavy traffic? The answer to that is anyone who has never been in heavy traffic. Heavy traffic is a societal plague that is based on population density and, in my opinion, poor city planning. So we are going to find some heavy traffic weird on today's episode of 5 Weird Things. Welcome to the channel. My worst drive in heavy traffic was about an hour to work and an hour and a half to home. And I'm not sure why the afternoon was always longer than the morning. What was your worst daily drive? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's get into it. First, the things we should all know. The basic definition of traffic is vehicles moving on a road or public highway. Definition of heavy traffic is a condition in transport that is characterized by slower or stopped speeds, longer trip times, and increased vehicular queuing. Heavy traffic on urban road networks has increased substantially since the 1950s. Weird thing number 5. Odd heavy traffic behavior. Singing like no one's watching. People suddenly become pop stars in traffic jams, belting out tunes at the top of their lungs. Now they forget that everyone around them can't see, and sometimes hear, if they're lazy with their windows being down, their private concert. The making eye contact with strangers then looking away. It's that awkward dance of, are we making eye contact? No? Okay, let's pretend we didn't just do that. This usually ends up with both parties staring straight ahead, pretending the other one doesn't exist. Now, the invention of creative hand signals goes on. When the horn just won't do, people resort to a full-on mime routine, using exaggerated gestures to communicate their frustration. The middle finger is basic, my friend. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're upset or auditioning for a role as an air traffic controller. Some people talk to their cars. Now, stuck in their car, people will start talking to the car like it's a friend, begging it to just move a little faster, reassuring it that we'll get through this together, as if the car could hear and obey. Or some people just pretend they're busy. People suddenly find all sorts of important things to do, checking their non-existent messages, organizing the glove compartment, or adjusting the rear view mirror for the 10th time. It's all about looking busy so that they don't have to think about the fact that they are stuck and going nowhere. Weird thing number 4. 5 worst traffic cities in the United States. Head of that list, Los Angeles, California. LA's traffic is so legendary that it has its own fan club. People here spend so much time in their cars, they've turned the vehicles into mobile offices, gyms, sometimes even bedrooms. You might as well bring a snack and a novel. Rush hour seems to last all day. Next up, New York, New York. In a city that never sleeps, neither does the traffic. In Manhattan, the fastest way to get anywhere is often on foot. Just don't trip over the endless stream of honking cabs and delivery bikes. In New York, gridlock is practically a tourist attraction. And then there's Washington, D.C. The nation's capital has traffic so bad, it makes Congress look speedy and efficient. Commuters here spend so much time stuck on the Beltway, they probably know more about each other's car bumper stickers than they do about politics. And then San Francisco, California, with traffic jams so steep they rival the hills. San Francisco drivers have perfected the art of the rolling stop, except that it's not so much rolling as it is inching, and a lot of stopping. Good luck getting anywhere in a hurry unless you got a pair of wings. And finally, Atlanta, Georgia. In Atlanta, traffic moves slower than sweet tea on a hot day. The city's infamous Spaghetti Junction is so tangled that even GPS gives up and says, good luck. By the time you make it through, you've had enough time to contemplate life's deepest questions. Weird thing number 3. 5 biggest causes of heavy traffic. First, rush hour. It's like the entire city decided to play a game of who can get home the slowest. Everyone leaves work at the exact same time, turning highways into parking lots. It's the daily reminder that we're all in this gridlock together. Construction zones. Orange cones are the universal symbol for you're not going anywhere fast. Roadwork always seems to pop up at the most inconvenient times, turning a quick commute into a scenic tour of half-finished overpasses and construction workers on their lunch break. Then, accidents, and the side effect of accidents, rubbernecking. A fender bender on the side of the road instantly doubles your travel time. And of course, everyone has to slow down to take a good long look, because nothing says I'm late for work like watching someone else's bad day unfold. Also weather. A little rain, snow, or even a slight breeze and the roads turn into chaos. It's as if drivers forget how to operate their vehicles, leading to slowdowns, skidding, and all-around mess. Mother Nature loves to test our patience. And finally, too many cars, not enough road. When the number of cars outnumbers the lanes available, it's a recipe for gridlock. It's like trying to fit an elephant through a keyhole. No matter how hard you try, you're not getting through without a struggle. Weird thing number 2. Excessive traffic. Mental symptoms. There's a thing called lane change paralysis. Now, after hours of watching cars crawl by in the other lane, you become convinced that by switching lanes, you're going to somehow make things worse. You end up stuck in the same spot, paralyzed by the fear that the grass, or in this case the lane, isn't actually greener. Then, rear view mirror obsession. You start checking your rear view mirror so often it becomes a nervous tic. It's like you suddenly expect a miracle. Maybe the traffic behind you is magically cleared up, though you know deep down it hasn't. There's also the window up, window down syndrome. In traffic, you're never quite sure if it's too hot, too cold. You spend half the time rolling the window up to keep the exhaust fumes out, and then rolling it back down to let in some fresh air, only to repeat that cycle endlessly. Some people even involuntarily mimic their GPS voice. After you hear recalculating one too many times, you start mimicking your GPS's voices in your head, sometimes out loud. Before you know it, you're giving yourself directions, even when you're just walking to the kitchen. There's also daydreaming detours. Your mind starts wandering as you're stuck in traffic, and suddenly you're imagining what life would be like if you took that next exit and just kept driving. A new town, a new start. If only you could actually get out of this jam. And finally, weird thing number 1. What heavy traffic actually does to you. Traffic can shrink your brain. Studies have shown that long-term exposure to heavy traffic and its associated stresses can actually reduce gray matter in areas of the brain related to emotion and decision-making. So next time you feel like your brain's melting in gridlock, there's a little bit of truth to that. Your car actually drinks more gas. The stop-and-go traffic isn't just a pain, it is a gas guzzler. Your car consumes more fuel when it's constantly braking and accelerating, making that commute even more expensive. It's like your car is sipping on fuel from a tiny straw, one frustrating sip at a time. Also, you're breathing in a lot more pollution. Sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic means you're surrounded by exhaust fumes. The air inside your car can be up to 10 times more polluted than the outside, thanks to the steady stream of vehicles. It's a smoggy sauna that you did not ask for. Also, your heart doesn't like it. The stress and frustration of heavy traffic can elevate your heart rate and blood pressure, contributing to increased risk of heart problems. So that anxious feeling you get in gridlock isn't just in your head, it's in your heart as well. Traffic can also make you forgetful. The constant stress of driving in heavy traffic has been linked to short-term memory issues. So if you find yourself forgetting where you put your keys after a long commute, you might have traffic to blame. It's like your brain went on autopilot just to survive that drive. Well, that's it for today's look at the horrors of heavy traffic. I don't drive like that anymore. I have worked remotely at my job for the last 4 going on 5 years. Please like and subscribe. Feel free to click on any of my other videos as it really helps the channel. And in terms of helping the channel, this is the first video after the channel hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all. For those still watching, today's code word is honk honk. Put that in the comments to let those morons ahead of you know that the accelerator, that's the pedal on the right. Take care. Have a great day.